Hi everybody, this is Adam Parry from Event Industry News. I'm here today with Paul Richardson of Vivid Inc. And Paul and I are going to discuss some ideas on how you can maximise and turn those leads that you get at exhibitions into customers to get the most out of it. Paul, would you like to just introduce yourself to everybody that's watching?
Hi, my name is Paul Richardson. I'm MD of Vivid Inc. Public Relations. We've been in and around the events and exhibitions industry since 1997, and before that, client side, actually setting up and being an exhibitor ourselves. So, yeah, we know the industry pretty well.
So we've discussed this idea of exhibiting at events, getting those people before they come through the door, engaged with you and your company, while you're there, maximising the time that you're with them and understanding who they are and what they're looking for, but also then nurturing them after the event as well. Suppose if we split that into three areas, let's start off with pre-event. What kind of advice could you offer who's watching today, what they can do before the event to start engaging with the audience and the attendees that might be turning up?
Okay, well there's a couple of things that you can do. Certainly one is making sure that everybody that you're wanting to come to the stand, your complete audience group, is aware that you're there, that you have something to talk and something of interest. And part of that is also segmenting that audience to find those people who you would expect or would know have some interest in what it is you're providing. So segmenting and targeting your audience to start with, then using things like social media. Are you following those people? Are you connected with them on LinkedIn? Can you push information down social media channels?
Yep.
Are there any PR opportunities where you could get your products profiled before the event? Quite a lot of magazines, depending what sector you're in, will take show features, and those show features, the interest for the publications is what's new, what's the sexy stuff that's going to be coming to this show that the publications and the news portals are writing about. So you can build your pre-show profile to get people to come to your stand when they come into the show, because what you want them to do is come to you rather than leave your competitors or anything else. So it's making you the most attractive.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point about the inviting the press or getting in touch with the press. I really like it personally when I get invitations to come and actually see exhibitors at the event because they've got something new or something exciting to show me. And that'll generally get me personally engaged before the event, and even might lead to some kind of article or feature.
Yep.
Actually before the event, which is exactly what you've just been saying there.
It is.
All right, so talking about then at the event, where we're now in the exhibition hall, all that hard work's been done in getting people engaged with us on social media and all that kind of stuff before. I'm at an event for maybe 8 hours or 2 days.
Yep.
How do I get to the people that really want to, buy from it? How do I qualify those leads? What advice could you give there?
One of the most important things is to realise how much every hour that you're spending at that show is costing your organisation. You've paid premium rates to be there. So key to that is making sure that every minute spent is maximised. And somebody sitting on the same sofa as me has just taught me a phrase which kind of qualifies that, the thing that we've looked at for a long time, which is going for the no. If you go to a lot of exhibitor training sessions, they'll tell you to ask open questions, to engage, to get people talking about things. And the problem there is you're giving people an opportunity to burn a large amount of your time.
Yeah.
And it's better to approach people and say, hi, are you interested in so-and-so? And ask them yes or no. And if they say no, then thank you very much. Off you go and have a look at something nice, hope you have a nice show. If they say yes, you've then started that pre-qualification process of them becoming a lead. So you've actually started to narrow down, and you can bring people through a list of questions. And when we exhibited, we had 3 questions that we had. Are you interested in, or do you use public relations as a business? Are you currently looking for a new PR agency, or are you looking to start a PR agency? And can we talk to you about what we can do for you? And that narrowed it down, but we came out of the show with a handful of leads that we knew we could follow up on afterwards. And one of the other key things is when you're talking to people on a stand, if you want to have that post-event meeting, rather than saying, great, I'll be in touch, get the diary out, get them in the diary while you're there, get them to commit to the following meeting. So you're actually processing people from a visitor to an appointment at the stand.
I think that's a really good point about trying to get the meeting while you're actually at the event with the person themselves, because they're essentially going to give you, without realising, feedback on whether they're actually fully engaged, or they're just playing your compliments. Because if they are fully engaged and they're willing to, you know, look at a diary, get the diary out, and then, you know, put a date in the diary, that's already set. They're showing you that they're engaged. If they're kind of a bit reluctant, then possibly not, and then you can maybe put them into a B column or a C column or something like that. It
also gives you the opportunity, if they're a little reticent, to find out what their objections are. And it's going into, you know, classic sales training is identifying the objections and overcoming them. And you might find that there's something that you haven't explained to them, or they've not quite understood part of the process. So you can take them through the process again until they are comfortable, or they're a definite no.
All right, so now we've got some definite no's, we've got some yeses, we've got some maybes at the event. You're back in the office. You're talking to your team, you're talking to your sales team, your marketing team. How do you take those leads that you've then got there and turn them into customers, or turn them into maybes at some point else?
Okay, one of the part of the follow-up is how do you keep them going? So your hot leads, you've already got appointments for. Yeah. You know what's going to happen to them. You're going to go off and you're going to have a meeting. Hopefully you're going to turn up some business. Following off the back of that is your sort of warm to tepid leads, the one you want to keep going. And it's where techniques like lead nurturing can come on, where they've already agreed to participate in talking to you, and by the dint that they've been to the show, you probably have some data from them. So they've gone past that point of being a point where they're qualified for you to send more information post-show. Yeah. So you can put them into a lead nurturing program, which sends them bits of interesting information that hopefully you will have pre-planned and pre-developed before the show. So they might get a sequence of emails that leads them to go and download some information, maybe go and watch a video of something, go and see a product demonstration, read a white paper, and these things. And each time they will leave some data for you, or they'll check in and check out on your website, using that as a kind of a sales hub. And you can determine it after one visit, after two visits, after three visits, do they then drop back into that hot category that you can recycle into your sales team, and they can then follow up and say, hi, great, notice you've downloaded these white papers, clearly this is of interest, are you ready for a meeting again? And you're keeping them warm all the time. And it may be that the buying cycle, depending on what your products are, might be looking at 12 months hence. Yeah. So you can then say, right, we're going to the show again. You came to see us last year. Come and see us this year. We've got some new products. So that the relationship keeps going. So they're not just we've tried them we've called them 3 times and they're not ready to buy yet. They drop off the end of the radar. You keep them going. But because it's in some kind of automated program, you're not spending huge amounts of time following up tepid leads to get them to warm. Yeah. You can focus your efforts on the hot leads.
And I've personally seen a lot of information that says that it sometimes takes up to 12 pieces of contact via email, telephone, or any other social media before somebody will actually physically buy from you. And 48% of people are willing to buy. So it's just a matter of how you go about communicating with them, from what you're saying, in order to convert them into customers now, customers in 6 months, or customers that maybe fall out with their PR company at some point, or whoever's supplying them at the moment. All right, Paul, thank you very much for taking the time to speak to me and the readers of Event Industry News about this.
Pleasure.
How can people follow you or find out more information about you so they can get more information like this?
There's a website, vividinc.info. So if you go to the website, or hashtag, it's #VividInc. So just find us on Twitter.
Cool. And as always, if you want to give us your feedback about this video and what you'd like to see more of, you can email me, editor@eventindustrynews.co.uk, or tweet me at Punchdown Parry. See you next time.